terrific penultimate game of the Murrayfield Magic Weekend. Leeds too strong in the end for the Catalan Dragons. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, that looked like hard work, particularly second half for you.
It was. Catalan are a massive side, really big and physical, and I think they were a bit changed off it where they played first half, and they come out firing second half. I think they had a bit of an half-time team talk, and they wanted it a little bit more than us in that first 10-15 minutes, but we hung in and got us off a win.
Given the poor run you've had, that first 40 was the perfect response, really.
It was, like you say, it's been a torrid last 3 or 4 weeks, and we just want to start building now for the rest of the season. And we've got a week off, unfortunately, in a way, next week, so we're not in Challenge Cup, but it's the time for us to rejuvenate and regenerate and start building for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we needed 2 points, you know, for competition's sake. We've got it. We're happy with one half. We're not happy with the other half. But at the end of the day, an ugly win's better than a pretty loss.
It's a strange old game, wasn't it? I mean, you call it ultimately an ugly win, but first half you played some terrific stuff.
Yeah, we did, and we were pretty direct. We got forward, we pushed through. We had good support play when we made breaks. The second half, we were a little bit lateral at times. You know, we made a couple of breaks, but they just didn't. You know, we just didn't find the player. So, you know, it's a step forward. It gets us 2 points, and you know we put our hands up and say, "Here, we've got plenty to work on," and we will.
And the way you were playing that first half, regardless of the fact you've lost a few games, you had that kind of swagger about you that champions do, where you knew that everything you were going to do was going to come off.
Yeah, we had a bit of that flair, and we've got a lot of lads with a lot of talent in this team. And they brought some of that to the field today. And as I say, it's a long way to go yet. There's a lot of rounds. You know, the league's real tough. You can see with the standings at the minute. And I'm sure as the season goes on, we'll start seeing a little bit more of that magic from our lads.
Speaking of magic, what about this weekend?
It's been fantastic.
Terrific occasion.
Yeah, it's been my first time at Murrayfield. I've only watched games here before, I've never played, so it's great to get up here. But good for fans, and I love it when we turn up at Boston Roar singing "We Hate Leeds." Gets you back up a little bit, and it makes you want to get out and field and play.
Well done, we enjoyed watching it. Great to see you.
Thank you. Cheers.
What was the thinking behind dropping Danny Maguire to the bench today?
He's had shin splints during the week, and we just didn't want to give him too much game time. But we're able to give him some game time because we know we've got a week's break next week. We have to be careful with him. He had major problems with him a couple of years ago, so it's just being smart. Oh yeah, it's a worry when any player has an injury, and particularly when it's a reoccurrence of one that you know, hindered a good part of the season for them, you know, a couple of years back. So, you know, which fortunately so far we're staying pretty healthy, and we are being really careful with our boys.
What have you made, or what do you make of this whole magic experience? All the fixtures in one stadium, and the fact that we're in Scotland, in Murrayfield this time.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's been great to come up here. We've really enjoyed the experience. You know, the experience of being here as a team, being together, being in a hotel, and just arriving here today from the band leading us in to seeing all the fans of the different clubs mingling, having fun. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and big thumbs up from us Leeds Rhinos. We think it's great. It's a great concept. Keep it going.
That is quite refreshing, because I talked to a couple of the St Helens boys, and they tell me it was a bit of a pain. But they get these big occasions all the time, as do Leeds. So I kind of wondered whether the small clubs like it more because it's like a cup final, whereas you and Saints get big occasions all the time. But you love it as well, which is great.
Oh, I just love it for the fans. I mean, you can't think about yourself all the time. You got to think about other people, and it's good for the fans to enjoy it. We're a sport that the fans can do that. So, you know, as far as the Leeds Rhinos goes, if it means good for rugby league, you've got to do that. You know, just don't think about your own team all the time. You know, so.